Okay, zinc oxide and zinc hydroxide. So one reaction, zinc oxide. So zinc oxide. So this is a metallic oxide. Is it metallic oxide? If you add the sodium hydroxide for this one, what it will form there? What it will form? Now only you learn what it will form for zinc oxide.
Sodium zincate.
Sodium zincate. Sodium zincate. So Na2 Zn2 plus water. As I told, when amphoteric oxides or hydroxides reacts with the acids and bases, so they will form the salt and water. They will form the salt and water. Now look at that. So it is a metallic oxide. Metallic oxide reacts with the base. Sodium hydroxide is the base. It will form this is the salt. Sodium zincate. That is the salt. Sodium zincate plus water it will form there. So one more. So when it is reacts with the acid, so it will form the zinc chloride. We already know this one. So zinc. So it is a metallic oxide reacts with the acid HCl. So zinc or metallic oxide reacts with the HCl. What will form the zinc chloride? So zinc chloride plus byproduct water. So this is the salt. So as I told, amphoteric oxides and hydroxide, if they react with the acids or bases, they form the salt and water. Now look at that. So it's a metallic oxide reacts with the base, and this is the reacts with base, it forms the salt and water. Sodium zincate, and again metallic oxide reacts with the acid, it will form salt and water. Okay. So this is about the amphoteric. So amphoteric nothing but few metallic oxides and hydroxides. They will show the dual character, that is acidic as well as the basic. For that we call it as a amphoteric. Clear? So with this chapter is completed. If you are dealing with the copper sulfate, for copper sulfate, this is the salt. Metallic salt it is. For metallic salt, if you add the alkali, it means a reagent, sodium hydroxide, it will form the copper hydroxide. So that is a pale blue precipitate. From these insoluble substance, insoluble solid, so we can identify that one. So which ion is present in that copper hydroxide? Cupric ion, Cu2 plus ion is present. Okay. Yes, go to the next reaction of zinc salts. Zinc salt. For zinc salt, if you add the alkali, it means reagent sodium hydroxide, it will form zinc hydroxide. That is a white gelatinous precipitate. It will form white gelatinous precipitate. Now look at that. Each reaction different colors you will see there. The first reaction, ferric hydroxide, that is a reddish brown precipitate. The next reaction of zinc salt. Now I am taking the zinc salt. So zinc sulfate. This is metallic salt. It is metallic salt. For zinc salt, I am going to add the alkali, that is reagent sodium hydroxide. It will form zinc hydroxide. So this is a precipitate, white gelatinous precipitate, insoluble, white gelatinous precipitate it will form there. Okay, so byproduct, so that is sodium sulfate, again this Na2, so 4 sodium sulfate again, and put the 2 here. Okay, now look at that white gelatinous precipitate. So from these we can identify that one, which ion is present in that one, in that white gelatinous precipitate, which ion is present? Zinc. Zn2 plus ion is present in that. So white, from these color we can identify that one. So zinc ion is present, Zn2 plus ion is present. in that precipitate. Okay. Now look at that. In each reaction, different color. Ferric hydroxide, that is a reddish brown precipitate. Copper hydroxide, pale blue precipitate. Now zinc hydroxide, white gelatinous precipitate. Okay. So for metallic salts, for different metallic salts, if you add the alkali, different colors will form there. From the different colors, we can distinguish that one. We can identify that one. Their ion is present. Respective ions are present. Similarly, one more, lead salts. So how to identify that one? During chemical reaction, if you do in the laboratory, so lead nitrate, lead salt, lead salt, Pb, NO3 twice. So lead is present as a salt, or metallic, that is present in the form of salt, lead salt. Okay, metallic salt. For this one, if you add the sodium hydroxide, it will form the lead hydroxide plus, and one more byproduct will be there. Byproduct, that is a sodium nitrate, NaNO3. So this is colorless. Sodium nitrate, this is a byproduct. Okay, byproduct. So this is a white precipitate. So lead hydroxide is there now. That is a white precipitate. Now look at that, they are also different color. So from these we can identify that one. So from these precipitate we can identify that one where lead ion is present. Okay. Lead ion is present. So these are the lead ion is present. So these are the few reactions to identify the metallic ions by adding the reagent. That is alkali. Sodium hydroxide, that is the reagent we are using to identify the metallic ion from their metallic salts. Okay. So next reagent, action of ammonium hydroxide on certain salt solution. Ammonium hydroxide, that is the alkali that acts as a reagent. Ammonium hydroxide, that is a reagent. If you add the ammonium hydroxide to the salt solution, from these also we can identify the ions. So metallic ions we can identify them. Okay. So drop by drop you should add them. Okay. So don't pour directly. Okay. Drop by drop. For the metallic salts, you should add drop by drop ammonium hydroxide solution. Okay. So they will require 5 to 6 drops. So some salts require more than that salt. That's why. So drop by drop you should add them. Okay. Reagent you should add drop by drop. Totally at a time you should not pour them. Action of ammonium hydroxide on certain salt solution. The first one. So for the first one, if you take the calcium salt, it is a metallic salt, calcium. So if you add the ammonium hydroxide, it will not form the precipitate. What is the reason? So this is because concentration of hydroxyl ions from the ionization of ammonium hydroxide is so low. Concentration of hydroxyl ion is very low. Okay. That's why it will not form the precipitate. So if you add the ammonium hydroxide reagent, ammonium hydroxide is a reagent. So if you add the ammonium hydroxide to the, for metallic salt, it will not form for the calcium salt. So metallic salt, that is a calcium salt. If you add the ammonium hydroxide to the calcium salt, it will not form the precipitate. Keep it in mind there. Okay. So sometimes in the exam they will give that. So they will give calcium salt plus ammonium hydroxide. Complete the reaction. That time you should write what you will write. What you will write? No precipitate formation. You should write there. Okay. No precipitate formation. What is the reason? If they ask the reason, so you should tell that one. So in ammonium hydroxide, the hydroxide, OH group is there now, its concentration is very low. Concentration is very low. Because of that reason, it will not form the precipitate. That is the reason. Clear? Yes. Now moving to the next. So next metallic salt, I will take iron now. Iron 2 salts. So calcium salt, ammonium hydroxide, no precipitate, no PPT, no precipitate. Next, iron 2 salt, iron 2 salt. That is Fe2 plus. It is Fe2 plus. Fe2 plus. So that is present as a Fe2 plus. Now we should take iron salt. Now I will take FeSO4. So it is a metallic salt. For this metallic salt, I am going to add the alkali. That is reagent, sodium hydroxide. It will form the ferric hydroxide. Ferric hydroxide plus. So what will be the byproduct? NH4 twice SO4. Ammonium sulfate. NH4 twice SO4. NH4 twice SO4. It will form that. Okay, ferric hydroxide. For metallic salt, I am going to add the reagent. That is ammonium hydroxide. It will form the ferric hydroxide. That is dirty green precipitate. Dirty green precipitate. It forms the dirty green precipitate. Okay. From these dirty green precipitate, we can identify that one which ion is present in that salt. Which ion? Which ion is present? Ferrous ion, Fe2. Ferrous ion. So from dirty green precipitate, if you do further test by taking that precipitate, so from that we will get to know that ferrous ion is present in that metallic salt. Ferrous ion is present. What you are doing here means what you are finding, what you are identifying here. So in metallic salt, for metallic salts we are going to add the reagents. Okay. After adding the reagent, they will form some colors. It means precipitate colors they will form there. From that precipitate colors we can identify that one. So which ion is present in that one. Okay. Now for example ferrous sulfate. If you add the alkali ammonium hydroxide, it will form ferric hydroxide. So that is a dirty green precipitate. From that dirty green precipitate, we can identify that one ferrous ion is present in that particular salt, particular metallic salt. That is how it is identified by adding the reagent sodium, ammonium hydroxide. Okay. Next one, ferric chloride. Now take ferric chloride, FeCl3. For this one, I am going to add NH4OH. Ammonium hydroxide, which forms ferric hydroxide and byproduct. Ferric hydroxide, what is the byproduct? Can you tell me the byproduct? Ammonium chloride. It forms ammonium chloride. This is the byproduct, ammonium chloride. Okay. So that is a byproduct. So that is colorless. These ferric hydroxide is in reddish brown precipitate. Reddish brown precipitate. Okay. Reddish brown precipitate. So from these reddish brown precipitate, we can identify that one. It is a precipitate. We can identify that one which ion is present in that metallic salt. Ferric ion, Fe3 ion is present. Fe2, that is the ferrous. Okay. Fe3 ferric ion is present. The action of alkalis on certain metals. Action of alkali on certain metals. Action of alkali on certain metals. Okay. Certain, so for metals, if you add the alkalis, so what will be forms there? So let's study one by one. Let's take one metal, that is a zinc. For zinc, if you add the alkali, sodium hydroxide, it will form the sodium zincate, and hydrogen it will liberates them. Okay, so I will take one metal, that is zinc. For zinc, if you add the sodium hydroxide, so this is the alkali. This is the alkali. This is a metal. Zinc is a metal. So for metal, if you add the alkali sodium hydroxide, it will form sodium zincate. Na2Zn O2, sodium zincate plus hydrogen gas will be liberated. Hydrogen gas will be liberated. Okay, so action of alkali on certain metals. So metal, that is a zinc. For zinc, I am going. So for zinc, I am going to add the alkali sodium hydroxide. It will form what? It will form sodium zincate. Sodium zincate. It will form. So similarly, for next metal, I will take one zinc. Same metal, zinc. For zinc, I am going to add the alkali KOH. Potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide. Same metal. So I am going to change the alkali. Okay. Metal is same. For zinc, I am going to add the potassium hydroxide. That is the alkali, no? Alkali. So it will form the potassium zincate. K2Zn O2 plus hydrogen gas will liberate. Now clear? Yes. Potassium zincate. For aluminum is metal or non-metal? Alkali, sodium hydroxide, and few water. Okay, it will form the aluminum meta-aluminate. Sorry, sodium meta-aluminate will form it. Sodium meta-aluminate. Sodium meta-aluminate. Sodium meta-aluminate will form them. Sodium meta-aluminate, and it will liberate the hydrogen. Sodium meta-aluminate. So need to balance the equation. So yes, for metal, that is the metal aluminium. So I'm going to add the more sodium hydroxide, presence of water, little presence of water. So it is going to form the sodium meta-aluminate. Okay. Sodium meta-aluminate. Okay. So these are the few actions of alkali on the metals. Metallic oxides and metallic hydroxides. Few metallic oxides and metallic hydroxides, they are showing both the character of acidic as well as basic character. They are showing both the character, that is acidic character as well as the basic character. So because of that reason, they are called amphoteric. They are said to be amphoteric. So few metallic oxides and hydroxides exhibit dual character. Okay, so dual character, that is which character? That is, they are showing acidic as well as the basic character. So because of that reason, they are called amphoteric. Okay, so what is amphoteric? Few metal oxides and metallic hydroxides shows dual nature, dual character. That is acidic and basic. Acidic as well as basic. Because of that reason, they are called, what they are called? Amphoteric. Amphoteric oxides and hydroxides are those compounds which react the both acids and base. As I told, they are showing the dual character, no? Acidic character as well as the basic character. So when amphoteric oxides or hydroxide reacts with both the acids and bases, they will form the salt and water. They will form the salt and water. For example, I will take zinc oxide and zinc hydroxide.